Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Beorning, and today we are back here in Rivendell Valley after learning a little bit about the history of the Dunedain. And in today's Hobbit present I got a Crystal of Remembrance, which is a nice ironic little piece of thing to get because today is also the day when they delivered the World Consolidation gift box and had the little letter come out to tell you whether or not you are on a server that's staying or closing. In this case, it's telling you that you'll be getting some new guests at your server, since Gladden is one of the servers that will be staying up. So everyone should be getting one of these letters saying whether they're coming up or down. And we also are getting this little gift box here. I guess we can get rid of that mail since I'm getting about 50 other copies of it. Some servers saying please welcome other people, some saying you'll be moving sometime in the near future. Alright, in the World Consolidation gift box, what's in here is we have a Cloak of Many Worlds. Actually, this cloak I think looks a lot better when it's dyed, so fortunately it does dye. If you have a dye that goes with your outfit, it might work out. And well, I'll worry about this. Since I don't do much with cloaks, it's not a major thing with it. There's this banner also that goes in your house. I don't know of any way to dye this banner because I'm not too fond of the color of it. And then we have a World Consolidation title, where you could choose a title based on a server that if you're leaving, you might want to choose either your new server or your old server or something like this in this case. So therefore I'll say of Gladden, since I'll be staying on Gladden after the World Consolidation. And you get a little title to say about that. Alright, well that's what was going on there. And also, you get turbine points for doing this? Alright, what else went on? Alright, also between episodes I was doing some stuff with my item. I bumped up my bear form damage, actually no, my execute damage, so I bumped that up as in reapplied that and got a little bit extra on the bear form damage after that was all over. So I'm getting a little bit better. I'm really pumping up my legendary item, though inevitably now that I'm starting volume 3, as soon as I get it all nice and ready, it'll be time to break it down again. What else is new concerning legendary items? Alright, let's see what the candidate has to say after our little history lesson.
Speak with Halbarod to see if he has any advice before we depart.
Some of the Dunedain have already begun to ride Pineclaw. Speak with Halbarad at the stables to see if he has any advice before the rest of us leave. Alright. Let's find out. We're about to head right south and finally begin our journey. Any new advice?
We will all gather again for a rest at Gwingris in Eregion.
Our preparations are complete, and some of the Dunedain have already mounted their horses and begun to ride. You do the same, or engage one of the horses at these stables, and we will be off. Lothrindir and I have chosen a course that will take us south in several legs, the first of which leads us south through the Trollshalls and into Eregion. We will meet up at Gwingris in Eregion, and we will have a rest. Alright, so we need to go to Gwingris, and
What do you need?
yes, I think I actually have a swift travel to Gwingris, right? Okay, where is... It's incredible how easy it is for me to... Oh, I didn't do any quests, apparently, and... all you have to do is do a few quests in Eregion in order to unlock that swift travel. But apparently... That's right, I was probably already... I was so busy doing the epic quest line, of course I leveled through the epic quest line, so therefore didn't get to do any stuff in Eregion. So that is your reward for doing quests in Eregion, is if you complete the first tier of it, it unlocks the swift travel to Gwingris. And that I did not do. Alright, since this is going to be a long ride, I'll meet you back when we have completed. So I'll see you in Gwingris. We are here at Gwingris. And let's see if we can find the Great Company around here. It's been a while since we've been actually... I guess we really haven't done much except unlock the Stable Master. Oh, there you are, Cerdan.
The first leg of our journey is complete, but not without incident.
My horse, Erebendir, has drawn up lame. There is something wrong with one of his shoes, and he cannot go on unless something is done. Halbert says I should just engage another horse, but I have been speaking with the elves here, and they have given me another idea. Apparently, a skilled farrier has recently passed through Gwingris. This farrier, Londan by name, could certainly repair Erebrand's shoes. I understand that Londan left Gwingris heading west. If you can find him and convince him to return, we will have been delayed but little. All right. Let me get this straight. We have this entire Grey Company. A group that's noted for doing a great deal of traveling. Alright, I admit not to... I was about to say is why is it that none of them in that entire group is as skilled as a farrier? But then I just remembered most of them prefer probably walking. Though, of course, they all seem to have horses, so it's not entirely true. So the question is, though, is if they all have horses and stuff like this, and they're all the great Dunedain, why is it that none of them has decided to study the art of making horseshoes? Oh well. But anyway, we have to go all the way through Gwingris and pass all these mobs, which some 20 levels ago would have been giving us a real pain. Alright, these are level 48s. And we'll get through all of these. But these are Dunlendings, as you'll note. And we'll be running into plenty of Dunlendings soon as we head into Enidwythe at Dunland for this particular volume. So Dunlendings become very important in this volume, especially in the early parts. They do have their places in later parts also. Alright, let's find this farrier and be done with it. Then again, this game is noted for difficulty in places where you'll find farriers. For example, the infamous case of all these quests you do with Hengstacer Farm, where they send you to Bree in order to get horseshoes made, and you're wondering, why does a horse farm not have a farrier? But that's beside the point.
Careful, stranger. There's a group of Uruks in these parts.
There's a group of orcs in these parts, of great size and strength. I saw them not 2 hours ago. They were passing north, and though I could understand little of their cruel speech, it seems to me that they were seeking treasure. There are ruins throughout these lands, you know. These Uruks would like nothing better than a chance at plunder. Well, that's interesting. Well, I guess I could tend to... Oh, wait! The Uruks! They're coming! Prepare to fight! Ooh. And suddenly we got level 65 Uruks coming up here. You just hope that you're not passing by here when someone else is doing this quest. Not a good place to wander to if you're doing this at the level 48 area. I suspect that most of this is put on a despawn so that I would hope the Uruks don't get loose upon the landscape or anything like that if you fail to kill them. Though it shouldn't be too difficult to kill them. I'm sure there's at least one person who tried to let those go loose. I presume that they tried to get them to despawn. Or if it didn't work that way, someone would have let Turbine know a long time ago that it didn't work that way. Alright, well, we'll just head back to Gwingris and I will see you there. Alright, we are arriving in Gwingris and looks like I found the farrier. Somehow he got here faster than I did, even though I was on horseback and he was on foot. It's amazing.
I have fit a new shoe to Cyrodiil's horse.
He will have no problems now. I wonder if the same can be said for the few who live in these lands. Those Uruks spoke as if more would be coming, and we have no reason to doubt this. There have been much more activity among those creatures, many more of them on the roads in recent weeks. I do not like it. Well, give Saradin my thanks for sending you my way. My friend, I would have been a great deal of trouble if it had not come along when you had, and the price of a new horseshoe is a small price to pay indeed. Alright, so let's now go to Saradin, and let's see what he has to say. And now we come upon one of the more, shall we say, controversial quest rewards in the game. One of those things that's taken a life of its own. Alright. Okay, Saradin. I see you have your new shoe.
Erebrandir is ready to go once more.
Erebrandir is ready to go once more. His new shoes fit perfectly. A testament to the skill of Londan. I am worried about these Uruks, though. If it is true that many of the creatures have come north through Enedwyth into Eregion, our ride south may quickly become more difficult than it had been to this point. Are they solely here to plunder, or is there another purpose that drives them? Londan gave to me a shoe he took from Erebrandir. It is yours if you want it. Some people believe that the shoe such as this brings good fortune. I do not think this is the case, but I leave it to you to make up your own mind. Alright. So we have a choice of one of 4 legacies, or this horseshoe. Now, let's face it, I'm never going to use this legacy here. Or actually, what it do is, I am actually going to take the legacy, because this horseshoe is, you'll find all sorts of posts, all sorts of theories, and all sorts of stuff on it. It changes a couple of points of quest text. So I'll just take the Legacy of Might. I've got enough characters that have the horseshoe. And besides, I'm not going to be wearing the horseshoe anyway, because I've usually am wearing one of the XP disabler or enabler and all that stuff. So therefore, I'll take the Legacy of Might and not worry about the horseshoe business.
The rest of the Dunedain have gone on ahead. They wait now for us.
Yes, they wait now for us. We will meet up with the company for the next leg of our journey further south of here, in Ekad Eregion. May the wind at your back speed you onward. Erebrandir and I will see how stands up the work of Londan, until we meet again in Ekad Eregion. Alright, so therefore, let us mount up. Maybe I should have the farrier look at my horse's shoes, just to make sure they're in good shape. Alright, let's see.
May Govanen.
And the next leg. And we journey forth. Now, concerning this horseshoe, the one that I did not take, you see posts all over the place where some people insist that it affects what happens when you do a legendary item, where if you get more crits during the legendary item and all sorts of stuff, and Eventually Turbine pretty much came out after a couple of years and gave a list of supposedly what it does, and that is it affects one festival quest, and the quest text have a couple of epic storylines. I think there's still people out there, though, who insist that, yes, the horseshoe does something substantial. Right. No, I don't think anything that does something that substantial would be tied into a unique quest reward that you only get one chance to do. So therefore, I don't think that would be the case. And yes, I am just babbling as I'm going along. Actually, this might be a good place to leave off. Actually, no. Actually, let's talk to Zanera, because we actually need to head out and go into a rather difficult area. When I say difficult area, I mean a place where you can easily get lost in the next episode, and I want to leave plenty of time for doing that. I mean, plenty of time for getting lost, obviously, not plenty of time for finding my way around, since the getting lost bit is going to be the guaranteed bit, because it's, well, that's the nature of the place. And I won't be going for the title. There is a title there where you go through all the rooms called the Thorough and all this stuff, and I'm not going to be particularly thorough. But what we do have is we have Ecod Eregion. I saw it for a moment before that tree popped up in front of it. I mean, really? It's as if the trees... Oh, that's right. Trees do move in this area, but I don't think that's one of those trees that's supposed to move. And anyway, all the trees that move are more in the direction of Gwingris. Okay, where were we? Ah, yes, here we go. Rananir. Radanir. Hello.
We have received a call for aid, and Halberod thinks we should help.
We have called a halt, Pineclaw, and it may be for longer than we originally intended. We have received a call for aid from a dwarf coming north from the White Mountains, and Halberad has determined that it be serious enough to justify a stop. The dwarf's name is Fusey Gemcutter, and he will speak to you about his problem. He will speak to anyone, it seems. Yeah, one of those. Alright, so what does this fussy dwarf have to say? Hello, Fussy.
Who are you? You are no ranger.
Yeah, I can see you're no ranger. It is an outrage, I tell you, that the dwarves cannot take the road north from the White Mountains without fear of harassment. There we were, my father and I, went out from behind one of the large stones you see scattered everywhere in these lands, jumps the largest Uruk you have ever seen. He beat his chest with a gloved hand and shouted the name of his clan. I'll never forget it. Then knocked out my father Fooney and dragged him off. Yeah, and where are these Skarkanok Uruks that you found? Skarkanok? No. The name he shouted was Ninkoth. In all the confusion, I can't remember what direction he went, but if you can find the site of the attack, which was to the east of here, you may find some tracks or something. Alright, and yes, we need to once again head out. As soon as I find my horse. Here he is, and let us head out. Now this is where we'll take our break. I will meet you again at those rocks near where the backpack is, and there we will resume for our next episode of Pineleaf Plays The Beorning.